If your agent worked for 5 prompts, you have not tested it. You have only seen it behave well under friendly condition. Clean inputs, a cooperative user, a tool that happened to be up. Now, that's not a test, that's a highlight reel. Here's a gap that nobody warns you about. Agent demos are easy to make and it looks impressive. The production systems fail under messy input, missing context, broken tools, latency spike, permission issue, and ambiguous request. And testing an agent is not about checking one output. Testing an agent means testing a workflow under uncertainty. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exactly how I would evaluate an agentic system before it goes anywhere near production. By the end, you'll never confuse demo success with system reliability again. So let's be precise about what a passing demo actually proves. See, when 5 prompts return good looking answers, what you have proven is the system behaves well under friendly condition. That's it. Like you have just said nothing about what happens when the input is malformed, when the retrieved context is wrong, when a tool times out, or when the user asks the ambiguous question. Production lives in exactly those conditions. Messy input, missing context, bad tools, latency spike, permission gap, requests that don't parse cleanly. The demo tested none of it. So the first mental shift is this: working once and being reliable are two different properties, and only one of them that ships. Now, here's what most engineers actually do when they test an agent. They'll just check the final answer. They never look at the intermediate tool calls. They don't inspect the traces because they never wrote it down what correct behavior even is. They don't test the failure path. They don't measure the grounding. They don't track the latency or cost, and they never ask whether the agent should have refused or escalated instead of answering. And here's the one that should bother you most. They have no idea whether the agent succeeded by reasoning, or is it by luck, or is it by accidental retrieval. The output was right, so they moved on. Now that's the trap, guys, because testing an AI agent is not only about the answer quality, it's about the workflow integrity. The path matters as much as the destination. So here's the framework, the agentic AI testing framework that I generally use. And I call this as the agentic AI production readiness test. 7 layers. On layer one, we'll have task success. That means, did it complete the intended task? Layer two, grounding. Was the answer supported by the right context? Layer three, tool correctness. Did it choose the right tool with the right argument in the right order? Layer four, workflow stability. Did it follow a reliable path across the step? Layer five, safety and permission. Did it stay inside the allowed boundaries? Layer 6, cost and latency. Did it finish within the operational limit? Layer 7, failure recovery. What happened when something broke? A demo is going to test the layer 1, but production testing tests all 7. Because the moment your system can retrieve, reason, call the tools, and act, your test surface becomes far larger than the final answer. So let's go layer by layer so that you have a better idea about it. On the layer one, we have what we call it as the task success, the visible outcome. But remember, this is not the final truth. So here, did the agent support, maybe the support agent classify the issue correctly? Did the RAG agent answer correctly? Did the workflow agent complete the right action? Did the code review assistant find the real risk, not a cosmetic one? Now, these things matter. But here's the catch, guys. The final answer can look completely correct even when the system used the wrong source, or maybe called the wrong tool, or took the wrong reasoning path. That won't hold up on the next input. So write this down. Correct output with a broken path is not reliability, it's accidental success. And accidental success does not generalize better. Layer number two is grounding. Is my answer supported by evidence or is it confident guessing? For a rack system, you're going to check, did my retrieval fetch the right chunk? Did the model actually use the retrieved context or did it ignore it? Did it invent the claims that the context doesn't support? Did it cite the correct source? Did access control filter the context properly? Or is it grounding on documents that this user should not see? And you're going to measure this retrieval, precision, recall, faithfulness, answer relevance, context relevance, citation correctness. Now, these are not academic metrics. They are how you prove the system that system is not hallucinating. And grounding is what separates the enterprise AI from confident guessing. In a regulated environment, an ungrounded answer is not a bug, it's a liability. Layer number three, tool correctness. For agents, the tool calls are part of the output. You want to check, did the agent choose the right tool? Did it pass the right arguments? Did it call the tools in the right order? Did it avoid unnecessary call? Did it respect the permission? And did it handle the case where it was not supposed to handle? So all these are the failure mode, guys. Now think about it. Let's say an agent that calls the payment API when it should only check the status. One that searches the web, especially when the internal knowledge base was required. Those are all the failure scenarios. And the layer number four, what we call it as the workflow stability. So agents are workflows. It's not a single prompt. So you have to test the multi-step in a consistent manner. State transition, retries, loop prevention. Because an agent that loops is an agent burning the money and time. And memory usage, orchestration path, handoff between the nodes, fallback behavior when a branch doesn't resolve. So if you think in graph terms, nodes, edges, states, conditional routing, interrupt, human in the loop, you're going to test whether the system moves through the graph reliably or whether the same input can wander down different paths on different run. So the principle over here is this. You do not test an agent like a prompt, you test it like a stateful workflow. The unit under the test is the path, it's not the response. Layer number five is safety and permission. A production system has to know what it is not allowed to do. You're going to test for prompt injection, unauthorized tool use, PI leakage, whether it respects the data access boundary, whether it violates the policy, whether it escalates when it should, whether it refuses when it should, whether human approval gates actually fire on the high risk action. And refusal is a feature that you're going to test. It's not a failure that you tolerate. An agent that answers when it should have actually escalated has actually failed this test. So even if the answer was technically correct, because a useful agent without boundaries is not powerful, it's risky. So capability without constraint is just a larger blast radius. Layer number six is cost and latency. Now, even a perfectly correct agent can fail production if it's too slow or too expensive because you want to get the bill at the end of the month. And here you'll have to measure the token usage, context size, number of tool calls, retries, model routing, parallelism, timeouts, caching. And a single metric that ties it together is cost per successful task. It's not cost per call. It's cost per successful task completion. Okay, so the production readiness is not only about accuracy, it's accuracy under budget and time constraint. A correct answer that arrives 30 seconds in 30 seconds, or it's going to cost, let's say, $1 per query at scale, maybe a correct answer, but you can't afford to ship it. Layer number seven, and this is the one that separates the senior engineers from everyone else, failure recovery. Real systems must handle failure on purpose. So you're going to test what happens when the retrieval returns the irrelevant context, when the vector database is unavailable, when a tool API times out, when the model returns the malformed JSON, when the user input is ambiguous, or when the downstream system rejects the action, or when you hit a rate limit, or when the system creates a partial state and then dies in the mid workflow. So for each one, there's a right behavior. Degrade gracefully instead of hallucinating, retrieve it back off, escalate, validate, and repair the malformed output, or reject it safely. Or if it's an ambiguous input, clarify it instead of guessing. Never leave the half finished side effect. And senior engineers not only ask about does it work, they ask how does it feel? How does it recover? Now, that question is your whole job right now. Now, let me make this concrete with a blueprint that you can run. Step one, define your task type, the distinct things that the system is supposed to do. Step two, create the golden test cases, real input with known good outcome. Step three, create adversarial test cases, the messy, ambiguous, hostile input from layer 5 and 7. Step 4, capture the traces for every run. Step 5, evaluate the final answer and the intermediate steps, not just the endpoint. Step 6, track your metrics across the version so you can see the regression. Step 7, add regression test before every deployment. So a weak or a simple prompt tweak can't silently break what used to work. You can actually do this with eval dataset, trace tools, custom scorers, careful human review, and LLM as a judge, which is used carefully. And you can also use your production logs. Now, the question is what you need to trace. Everything that I've described, it rests on a single foundation that is tracing. And this is what we actually stress in our bootcamp with our learners as well. Per step, you capture the input, the retrieve chunks, the tool calls, their arguments, the tool result, the state transition, the tokens, latency, everything. That trace is what is going to tell you as whether the output is from the reasoning or whether it is from the luck. The tooling around it, evaluation data set, trace tools, custom scorers, human review. So before you actually trust it, you need to actually have this production log. Okay. Now here's the line that I want you to keep. You can't improve what you do not evaluate, and you cannot evaluate what you do not trace. And tracing is not optional instrumentation for your agentic AI system. It's a substrate the entire test stands on. So I want you to step back and see the shift. A demo is going to test the final answer. A system is going to test all the 7 layers. A demo runs friendly samples, but system is going to run the golden and adversarial cases. A demo is done when it looked good once. A system is done when it passes the regression gate. In a demo, failure behavior is unknown. In a system, failure is designed and tested. Now, that's the entire distance between something that impresses in a notebook and something that you would put in front of a real users with real consequences. Now, this is exactly why inside the Agentic AI Enterprise Mastery Bootcamp, we don't stop at building the agents that respond well in the notebook. We build the production style system. We work through the architecture, orchestration, APIs, deployment thinking, traces, failure path, evaluation, reliability, observability, and the system design trade-offs that connect them. And you learn to explain every one of those decisions the way a senior engineer defends a design in an interview or a review. It's for serious engineers who want to build, explain, and defend the real AI system. If you're a developer, DevOps, data, ML engineers, backend engineers looking to move to the AI roles and not looking for shortcuts, maybe not theory only or not toy only, then that would be a right way or the right next step for you. And because testing is something that is becoming one of the most important skills in the AI engineering, I'm also running a cohort that is focused live accelerator, which is called as testing the agentic AI system. Now, that one is for people who want to specifically go deeper into evals, agent workflow, testing, safely grounding, the latency, drift, and production readiness. We'll have a 4 live session, 2 hours each, 8 hours total. It's starting on June 18th. It's for the selective cohort. and you walk out with practical rubrics, checklists, and eval blueprint. Now keep that in mind. If the evaluation is the exact skill you want, then this would be the right step for you. So here's the ask, guys. If you're done with random tutorials and you want a structured path to build the production style agentic AI system end to end, join the Enterprise Mastery Bootcamp from the link below. And if you already understand the basics, and if you're specifically looking to master the evaluation, reliability, and production readiness, reserve your seat for testing agentic AI system. An agent that works once in a demo, an agent that survives the tests, failures, and production constraints is a system. System ship, demos don't. This is Nachiket Murthy. I'll see you on the next one.